Hello Mallards, it is Sunday, and sadly Sunday is the last regular day of Fringe, although there's Patrons Pick tomorrow, and I might see shows, who knows. But the first show I saw today was Maya in Love, which I've already talked about, but I got to see it again, and it was just as lovely and adorable, and I can't wait to see what Maya does with the rest of the Maya sets that they've been working on. Because Maya in Love is cute, but you guys are not ready for like Maya Silly Funny, or I can't remember what the other one is. Maya on Broadway, maybe? But then I went to the Ren and I saw, Mary's holding it out for me so I can read it. Who's Afraid of the West Cherry Orchard, an American classic in an active Quiznos. And the piece of art I've chosen is No Rules by Edward Russell, because I feel like that maybe defines that show the best way you can. It was an absolutely insane time. So first off, the premise of this show is that a group has rented an empty storefront in order to put on Who's Afraid of the West Cherry Orchard, a great American play. And then the empty storefront becomes a Quiznos, and it's an open Quiznos. So now they are performing their show in an active Quiznos during Fringe, where there are people coming in and out and all sorts of stuff happening while they're trying to do this very dramatic kind of period piece. And it devolves from there, and it actually has a really lovely message about how maybe we don't need to be doing theater like that just because people have always done it. Maybe we should do things that matter to us. And I thought that that was a fantastic message. Goes well with this no rules thing. But the best part is that the guests, or the like patrons of the Quiznos, were people from other shows, and they improvised all of their scenes. So the regular actors had no idea what the Quiznos patrons were going to say when they came in, and that just adds a really fun element to it and made it feel pretty authentic. And the only thing that would make this show better is if it actually had been performed in an active Quiznos. So, you know, site-specific next year. Let's do it. Links down there to the artist. There aren't more tickets for shows, but I'll link down, let me see if I can find the production company that put it on, and I'll link to that instead. The second show that I went to see was Historical Hotties, a burlesque show, and the piece of art I've chosen is Ripples by Yanely Aguilar, because although Historical Hotties is not as sad as this piece of art, I feel like there is some emotional equivalence here, and a little bit of that necessarily feeling insignificant as a female is a part of the show. So the show is about a woman who's feeling really trod down by being female and being a woman, and the spirit of boss bitches visits her and introduces her to women throughout history who have been awesome and done incredible things, and encourages her to embrace her inner awesomeness. And they do that through burlesque numbers and singing and dancing, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It was super fun. They got Patrons Pick, so I will put a link down there because you can still see their show tomorrow. And it's just a fun time. I think Melanie has put together a cute show. Megan was in it. She was fantastic. I love listening to her sing and perform. And I just had a really, really fun time checking that show out. So link down there to tickets and links to the artist. After the final performance of Breakneck Midsummer Night's Dream and the closing show of The Waiting Room, I went to my final Fringe show, PeeVira's Sacrevan Disco something. I've forgotten what the rest of it is. Disco something. The piece of art I've chosen is The Boudoir by Douglas Burkett. PeeVira's Sacrevan Singalong Disco Spirit. There we go. I've chosen The Boudoir. It doesn't necessarily have the disco energy, but I didn't find anything very disco in the gallery. The gallery is very sparse now as people have picked up their art and moved on. But I love PeeVira's show. It's weird and wonderful and strange and everything I aspire for art to be. You crawl into the back of a van, you sing along, you play games, you compete against the other people for points that don't matter in games that don't really have a lot of rules, and it's just all good fun. And a wonderful way for me to close out today at Fringe, although I am planning to go to 24-hour Inescapable, which I will tell you about tomorrow when I see you. Links down there to shows and, of course, to the art. I'll see you tomorrow.